All right, guys, I'm going to help you guys assemble this. And if you need to scroll through, maybe you've already got some of this assembled, feel free to do that. So this is the Automata box, and you should have all these parts in your assembly environment from the browser, which is over here on your left-hand side. And if you don't, call me over and I can help you get these parts laid into your assembly view. So at this point, your handle should rotate and your shaft should spin. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay each of the three cams. I picked a pair, an eccentric, and a hex cam, and I'm going to lay them and I'm going to assemble them as a rigid joint onto this shaft. So I'm going to go up here to joint. I'm going to make sure that my motion is set to rigid. I'm going to go back to position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin my world so that I can see the face and then also the halfway point. So face and the halfway point along the edge of one of the rectangles. So there. Then I'm going to rotate around to the end of the axle shaft. And I'm going to also make sure the face highlights. And I'm then going to pick the halfway or midpoint of the rectangle like that. Now, if I rotate my world and I look to see how that kind of positioned itself, it looks like that worked. It lined up perfectly. If it didn't, I could always flip it, but that definitely is centered over the square shaft. So now I'm going to take the Z arrow, which is the arrow that's along the shaft, excuse me, and I'm going to slide it. So I can slide it, and if I click on the back view, I can look at it directly from the back side, and I'm going to center it right over the hole. If I zoom in really close, I can center it most perfectly. Excuse me. So now, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to do that for the next two cams. Joint. Highlight the face. Pick the midpoint. Pick another midpoint right there. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay, so now this one, it doesn't line up. You can kind of see I need to rotate it. So I'm going to type in a 0, and now it lines up. So sometimes you got to play with the rotation to get it to line up so that the square hole fits on the square shaft. Now I'm going to slide it, look at it from the back view, zoom in, and center it. Click OK. Once again, zoom my screen, click on joint, click on that face, click on that face, realize that I am not correct, so I'm going to flip it, look at it from the back, and slide it. Just like that. Okay, so now I have all three of my cams rotating. You can see that as I spin it. So now what I want to do is I want to put these lifter, what are these called? Lifter follower guides, sorry, follower guides into these three holes. So to do that, I want to put the short end in first. So I'm going to do the same thing, a rigid joint. But for this case, I want to pick the circle on the short end, not the top circle, but the bottom circle on the short end. And then I want to pick the top circle on the top lid. Now, that's backwards. So I'm going to flip it. Okay. Click OK. Once you have it positioned the way you want it. So I'm going to hit J for joint. I'm going to click on that top circle. I'm going to click on that circle. And I'm going to flip it. Click OK. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the final follower guide. Then I'm going to click the top circle. and then I'm going to flip it and click OK. All right, so all of the follower guides are now inserted. Now we've got the lifter rods and we have the rollers. So these right now are free floating. So I want to make a rigid joint to insert the bottom of the lifter rod into this little hole. So I can do that again with a joint, make sure it's on rigid, and I'm going to pick the bottom middle of this pocket and I'm going to put it to the bottom middle of that face. Do that for all three of these rollers and lifter rods. It's kind of like you're sitting on a floor and you're just putting Legos together. So just press J for joint, click the front middle face of either one, doesn't matter which order. Just make sure it's like you're gluing them together and you're picking the faces that you want to be glued. Once you're done, you'll see that they're stuck together, just like that. Now we want these little lifter rods to slide and go up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm going to kind of put these over here a little bit to get them kind of in the spot I want them. So now we're going to go back to joint, but this time my motion is going to be a slider. So click slider, go to position. Now we're going to pick an edge. Think about like sliding down a slide. The edge that I'm going to pick is like a line, and I want to follow another line. So like let's say this line, click, is going to slide along that axis. So click it twice because it's going to slide along that one. Click it twice. See? And once I click OK, I should be able to slide it along that axis. Let's try that again. Joint. Let's make sure it's a slider. So I'm going to do that axis. I'm sorry, that edge, that axis should slide along that edge and that axis. Joint, that edge, that axis should slide along that edge and along that axis. Wow, pretty simple, huh? So these should only slide up and down. But we've got a problem. Look, they're sliding down too far and they're going right through our cams. Well, that's weird. How can we fix that? Lift them up just a little bit. Go up here to assemble, tangent relationship. Touch the circular shape of the roller and the circular shape of the cam beneath it and hit OK. Watch what happens. If you rotate, it's going to lift. See? Isn't that neat? Let's do that to this one. Assemble, tangent relationship, and let's do that to the final one. Assemble, tangent relationship. If it gives you an error like I just got, it's because this is flat. Let's rotate this a little bit. Let's try it again. Tangent, tangent. Oh, let's try that again. Assemble, tangent. Cannot resolve. Why can't you resolve? Let's try it again. Something's not letting me do this, and that's very interesting why. Huh. That is strange. assemble, tangent. All right, I'm gonna not fumble around with this in front of the video, but if you have that problem, call me over. I'd like to play around with it on your computer, but nevertheless, my other ones are working. And if I go up to my Revolute and I right click and I animate joint relationships, at least the first two, I got to figure out that other one, but at least the first two rotate nice and smoothly. All right, there you go, guys. 66%, it works. I'll figure that out and I'll get back to you, but it should work on yours. All right. Thanks for watching.